Well, we're back to square one. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while, but everything changed so dramatically and I have had zero creative energy. My social presence is something that I feel like I've put everything into and it's still not good. And it's like, where do you go from that point? Where you've literally binned off every other aspect of your life and you've decided that you want friends and that you want family time, and so you make that happen actively and it's still bad. It's one of those things that relies on other people, and that makes it so much harder and so much more unpredictable. But the reason being is that I broke up with potentially the most intense relationship I've ever been in. Like, I don't know where I go, and yet I'm making moves. Like, I seem to throw myself in every direction, and none of those directions will take me. But when I was with him, everything stuck, and the social aid didn't matter because he created that for me. It's like he was telling me this whole time that I was the dick. And I was so upset because, like, no one wants to be the asshole in a relationship. No one wants to be the bad one, but I just was. And from the beginning, I was just so bored. All of the time. But why? Like, how? How was I so bored and unhappy when I literally had the world? I mean, we would go to places that I want to go, that I needed to go. We would do the things that I wanted and needed to do. He would support me through everything. But he was just such a dick. Like, you can have this, but I'm going to make you suffer. We can spend quality time, but I'm going to constantly remind you of all the other places I could be. You can wear what you want, but that doesn't mean that I won't make a comment on it or have an issue. And everything was fun and exciting, but then it got drawn back to money. And it's like, when you aren't making passive income, that is so uncomfortable. And he was obsessed. I feel like he wouldn't, if he found this video and watched this, he wouldn't take issue with what I'm saying. Like, he'd acknowledge it, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't argue it with me. I'm in a rut. But not because I'm not doing things, but because I'm not doing my things. I don't like people. And being with him allowed me to avoid people, but then I had to be with his people. And at least when I'm with my people, it was slightly better. Like, everyone came around me, everyone cared for me, but they can't do that forever. It's not like I don't really hate people, I don't really not want people around me, it's just that they're going to go away. And I would rather be alone forever than have someone go away. I can't. Like, he's gone now. Fully gone. Not like I'm going to still be in some aspect of your life. Just like, no, I was there for 9 months. I lived in your house. I slept in your bed. I ate with you. I drank with you. I went places with you. I took you to do errands. Took you to do chores. Took you to see my parents. And now just gone. Like, I've sacrificed time in energy, in social energy, and that is very limited for me. And I feel angry because I feel like, and I don't feel like I'm owed something. I just feel like something's missing. And I'm shitting myself because I think that was genuinely the person that I loved. Like, I don't want anyone. Men are just disgusting. Like, I forgot what they were like. They're just like horrible little sex pests that don't understand like the depths of the human mind. I feel like women mature so much faster. Like, I will have a conversation with any female my age that will understand so much about emotions and emotional trauma and how to treat an individual with decency, but men just don't seem to grasp that. Like, I need to talk all of the time. I need to talk until I run out of words and stutter, and I cannot talk to these group of people. And I could talk to him. It's not even about the I think I'm just afraid to be alone, but I would rather be alone. I don't know, it's so messed up. Another thing that I found interesting though is, like, I love myself. Like, when I was with him, I hated myself in everything that I was. But now I love who I am. Because there's no one. That's probably not good. I probably only do that because there's no way to compare me to. Like, I can't hold myself to his standards. Which were decent standards. It's just like, I've got it all out my system now. Like, all of the rebellion that I've always had, all of the anger, all of the frustration, all of the sexual energy, like, it's all out of my system. And I'm back to wanting to be held. And you can't be held ever again. Like, denial of physical touch, it's like a form of mental torture for me. And there's other people. This is my issue. I can love multiple people at once. There's people right now that I love, but they're inaccessible because of certain situations. And I don't want them. I want to have had them, but I don't want them. I just want him. And it's driving me mad. Fuck love. This is what the title of this is. Fuck love. I couldn't keep it together for long enough. And that's always my issue. I meet someone, I'm fine, I'm perfect, I'm neat. And then within a week, I have to tear it down because it can't exist. I can't just be okay. And it sucks. It's just like everything I love about my room, about the space I've created, like the beautiful things I've collected. When I'm in a bad mood, when I'm in a shit place, I just don't even see them as that. Like, I don't see them as these wonderful things that meant so much to me literally a day ago. I just see them as trash and obstacles. And it's the same with life. Like, people go from being these beautiful, marvellous creations to just an obstacle for the next step. But it's like now I have no one. And using people like tools and pawns, it only works when you have people. And the only way you can have people is just getting rid of your ego. Getting rid of the side of you that just needs to do that. I say you, it's me. It's not a universal thing. My narcissistic qualities. are the only thing that have got me through life. Like, egocentric me is the only thing that will hold my head up high after doing terrible things. Not terrible things, but embarrassing things. I've done some embarrassing, horrible things that most people would need to hide for days from, but I just hold my head up high. And it irritates me, and it bothers me, and then I spend like a month afterwards compensating for the fact that I was okay. It's just like I got severely drunk, did something awful, ended up at his house, and the morning after walked home barefoot in a tiara whilst he shouted that he was breaking up with me, and I walked. Eventually I cried, but all I could just do is walk, and I don't know if that's shock, but it felt powerful because I can turn it off. It's like a tap. And I just want my egocentric self to take over. I don't want to be this little person. I need to get shit done. And I'm so small. I feel small at his hand. And I want to flourish now. Because I want... It's for selfish reasons. I want to win the fucking breakup. I want to be strong afterwards. But I'm not. I'm so small. And and then I can feel myself coming back to be like, no, because you've done this and that and that and that and that. And I've done things, I've had minor achievements, but they will never equate to the fact that I couldn't make that relationship work. And that was the big one. That was my first adult relationship, really. And it's like, if you're a different ex, then fuck you, you were shit. But him. Why were you so nice to me? If you'd have just been mean like everyone else, I would have never been bothered. I need to get off social media. I downloaded all the crappy dating apps and all the Tinder and bullshit. And now I'm using it for social connection. This is why I have to talk out loud, because like I'm speaking to these people and I'm typing and I'm silent and my mouth's shut and my body language is closed, and it's unhealthy. It's such a mental contradiction and mind fuck. It's making me ill to be on social media. Like before when I knew I had one person that I could communicate with when I wanted, I was so sound in what I was doing with my day, like I could get proper stuff done. And now, it's like grabbing attention at any opportunity. But why do I need that? I don't. I just want me back. But a me that died a very long time ago. And he brought that person back to life, but there's no room for it. And it's sad because the only thing at the back of my mind is, if you let yourself get sad, you will get fat. And that's not a thing. Nothing against bigger people. It's a personal hatred for myself. That I can be a failure and whatever, as long as I'm a skinny failure. As long as I'm not eating. If I'm eating and sad, then ooh, you're fucking depressed. If you're just sad and want to kill yourself, that's fine, as long as you're not eating. I am eating though. I need to figure myself out. And this video is a pinpoint, put it there, that today I haven't drank, I haven't smoked, I haven't done anything toxic, and I'm going to fill it with the things that Rose would do. And then tomorrow I'm going to fill that day with the things that Rose can do until I become more of myself again. And I think that is the end of that. Thank you for listening.